In a minute here we'll start. I just want to make sure that the audio levels are good. Hopefully the camera's looking a little bit better too because I moved it up in front of me. Alright, hopefully everything's working well. I turned the fan on in this room because it's starting to get kind of warm in here. So I'm just going to check the audio balance here and make sure that everything's good with it, and then we'll be ready to go. So again, I apologize, I'm kind of weirdly off camera here, I know. Let's look here. So really quick here, we're just going to check the audio, make sure it's good. I'm going to mute my mic really quick so I can check. And everything's sounding pretty good, so we're going to go ahead and begin some Resident Evil Revelations. Alright. I'll have to check the camera here in a minute and see how it looks. Once it flips over on my feed here. It's not looking too bad. It's better than it was, that's for sure.
Resident Evil.
And actually, I don't think that, and if anybody wants to comment and tell me if the fan, you know, noise in the background is too loud or something, please let me know. But we're gonna go ahead and start here. So I played maybe the first episode of this, just to confirm, like, yes, this is totally the PC version on Xbox One, and that's what this game is. So we'll go ahead and dive in. I'm going to try and reach my tier. This is honestly probably the most I've played my Xbox One in a month.
I hope not.
Hey.
One of the most disheartening things in this game is I don't know why they changed Jill Valentine's face. Is Jill Valentine's my favorite Resident Evil character of all time? I don't know why they changed her face.
You hear that? Was that the lock?
I'll check it out.
Okay. I'll see what I can find here.
But yeah, this runs at a silky smooth 60 frames a second. Remember how you scan this stuff. This game is all about scanning shit. I don't remember, you know, it's been so long since I've played the second Revelations, which I'm thinking about playing again, because my buddy actually just replayed it, and watching him play through it a little bit again, I was reminded, like, yeah, that game was actually pretty great, and I'm thinking about playing it again, so. Not 100% decided on that, but we'll see. There's gotta be more in this room to scan. I thought this was a really interesting system in this game. It made more sense on the 3DS because this was all touch screen based, but I always thought that this, like, item finder device, whatever it's called, scanner thing, was pretty cool. Well, I guess I'm full on ammo, so I think we're good in this room. Can I talk to him, or I think we just keep going? Alright, cool. Either way, I really like both Revelations games are actually really, really good. They did a good job of bringing the horror back, but also maintaining the over the shoulder 4 and 5 camera. But they don't get too crazy with the controls. Like 6, like, and again, as I was stating in the previous live stream here, like, I like Resident Evil 6 a lot. I don't think it's a terrible game. It's not my favorite Resident Evil game by any means, but I don't think it's a terrible game like a lot of people do. And the one thing that got crazy with this game is, you know, a lot of people always complain with 4 and 5, like, I can't move and shoot, like, I stop. And they fixed that with later Resident Evil games. I mean, obviously you're moving here. And, Resident Evil 6, man, you can dive, you can roll on the ground and shoot. Like, it's absurd what you can do in that game, so. Shit, I don't even know what difficulty we're playing on, honestly. I don't remember what I started this game as the other day. I do remember there's a guy in there, but there's something I gotta scan in here. This item thing, like, it's really cool. It was a fun system that they implemented in this game. Unfortunately, it made the game too easy. Like, don't get me wrong, Revelations is still a pretty challenging game. And I knew that guy was going to be there, and I still foolishly walked up to him. See if I can scan him first. So I thought it was weird in Resident Evil 7 that they went with these enemy types, kind of, with those molded enemies. If there's one big complaint I have with Resident Evil 7 is not a lot of enemy types in that game, and I thought that was kind of disappointing. That's why, like, I can't decide if that game lived up to the hype for me. That's why I'm gonna do a full video review on it. Like, I know it's going back, and I'm putting it out in September for a game that came out in January, but I feel it's me being the humongous Resident Evil fan I am, and how much I talk about it on the channel, I feel like I am doing myself a disservice by not having a video review, so I will be doing that sometime this week, making a video review, recording it. I don't know when it will go up. So I recorded a bunch of videos today. I can share some details about that. I recorded a couple rant videos. My rants have been pretty successful. The Super Nintendo rant is still going really strong. Then obviously the GameStop videos have been very successful. And as I've said, I don't want to make the channel become just an anti-GameStop channel, because that's not what I'm about. And GameStop's a really shitty company to work for, so I needed to get some stuff about it off my chest, and I feel like I have now. So that's why I said in my last GameStop video, like, unless they do something incredibly stupid, you know, in the next couple weeks, I'm not gonna do a GameStop video for a while. So, and focus on some other more positive things, you know. So, but videos, I'm trying to think. Videos I recorded today. I did record backlogged for Mafia 3, so that'll be going up sometime this week. I have to sit down and edit that. I finally edited and put up today the recent pickups video. Enjoyed doing that. It was the first time I've ever done one of those. And then I also recorded one of the rant videos I recorded today is about Microsoft and their stupidity when it comes to using the term exclusive, and what does exclusivity mean, because they don't know anymore. Like, they just keep using that word and then not providing exclusives. It's really annoying. You know, this game would be a lot cooler with the impulse triggers, but nobody uses the damn impulse triggers, and it's ridiculous. I think Destiny 1 did. I wonder if Destiny 2 does. I won't know because I bought it on the PS4, but... He just, rather than chase the live person that's outside this room, he just goes back and continues to feast on this dead body. That's some poor enemy AI, man. I'm trying to get headshots here, but...
found a survivor. The BOW's got her, though.
Who was she?
Yeah, that's the
Still
hardest
trying
thing
to
for me to
piece that
say about
together.
Resident Evil 7 is like, you know, I wanted a Resident Evil 7 really bad, and obviously I felt they needed to reboot that series, and I think Resident Evil 7 in many ways is a reboot, and the reboot that they needed, because
Parker,
obviously
I couldn't find
people
anything
hated
out on
Resident
the
Evil
woman,
6.
but I
Even
did
though
find a
I'm not
key.
a person that hates that game, there are plenty of people out there that hate Resident Evil 6. So, franchise needed a big reboot, and it got it. They did a really good job with it. I'm just gonna be unlocking achievements here, I guess. And they did it. They, you know, they successfully rebooted that franchise. But I'll give them credit. They rebooted it, but they continued numbering it, and obviously they tied it to other games, which is kind of a ballsy move on their part. But I applaud them for doing that. That being said. You know, I wanted to see a familiar character come back. I wanted to see Jill come back. Jill hasn't been in a Resident Evil game since Revelations 1 here, what we're playing right now. Revelations 1 is a side story that takes place between 4 and 5. So, you know, she hasn't been in a mainstay Resident Evil game since this, and it's been long enough, and instead we got Chris again. It's like, sure, man. Don't get me wrong, I like Chris Redfield. He's a great character too, but I want to see Jill Valentine, man. But yeah, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk too much more about Resident Evil 7 because I'm gonna make that video and I'll put my thoughts about that game in there. So, but I do plan on sitting down and recording that this week here, and that'll be up, honestly, probably sometime next week. Is there anything else in here? Pulling that. Is that everything in here? No, we're still flashing, so there's still something else in here. We're good. Okay. Isn't that just, yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that just handgun bullet? Oh shit! That actually kind of scared me. Again, it's been a while since I've played this game. Whoa, 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 whoa. I think there's another guy that appears in here too, so we should probably take care of him first. I like when they put out their stupid tongue things. There is something in this room. What's in here? I think I played through Resident Evil 7 twice when it came out. Right away. And then after 2 playthroughs, I put it down, so. Never did like that crazy hard playthrough of that game. And now I just saw today they finally announced when that Chris Redfield DLC is coming out, which is still 4 months away. Like, at least it's free. So at some point I bought the season pass for that game too, so I have that as well, and I played most of that content. Oh, it's outside. Isn't it just this? Yeah, I don't care about that. Jill. Buddy and I recently have been playing a lot of Resident Evil 5 on the PC, specifically the Mercenaries mode, which is not only a great mode, I'd argue it's one of the greatest like unlockable modes in any game, but 5 is the pinnacle for Mercenaries mode. They did a pretty good job.
Come on, we gotta help Chris.
They did a pretty good job with Resident Evil 6's Mercenaries mode as well, but 5 was the pinnacle and just really, really good. Really good stuff.
Chris! Chris? What is this?
Great. It's a trap.
There's one guy on YouTube. I'm not gonna name names of anybody, you know, especially if I say anything negative. I don't want to upset anybody, but there's one guy that consistently makes anti-GameStop videos, and I watch them, and like they're fine, whatever, they're enjoyable. But I saw this specific person put out a video today of like GameStop managers are getting a free Nintendo Switch. Like, how is that news that needs to be shared with the general public? Like, who cares, man? Like, that's good for the managers that they're getting free shit. They deal with a lot of garbage at that job. So I just laugh that it's like that. I feel like your hate for GameStop can only go so freaking far. And then it's like, come on, man. What are you doing? But I saw that video specifically today. I think it was posted today. I'm not gonna name the YouTube channel or anything, but I was just like, yeah, I guess. Don't see why anybody should be that upset about it. It's good on them for getting free Switches. It's a great system.
On Resident Evil Revelations.
We lost contact with Chris and Jessica.
The signal was lost.
I always enjoyed this game. Was from that era of games where they tried to do these episodes, and then Revelations 2 actually did a really good job of creating an episodic game and not making you wait really long between episodes. Because I played through the game episodically on Steam, and then I played through the game again on my Xbox One when the physical version of it came out.
Where are you, Chris?
But a lot of times, especially if you look at something like Telltale games, like I like Telltale games, like Telltale Batman is phenomenal, a phenomenal series, and the second season has been just great. But what I dislike about them is they don't have a set schedule. It's just kind of like, oh, the next episode's out next week whenever they're ready. And that was one thing I really appreciated about Revelations 2. It was like every 2 weeks you got another episode of the game, and you knew that it was coming to the end. So they did a really good job with that. I forgot you have to hit A. I'm trying to remember what this chick's name is. They'll say it here.
Slow down, Chris.
We're almost there,
Jessica. Okay.
I certainly hope so. My feet are killing me.
Our source indicates the camp.
You have to remember, for a game that was put out on the 3DS that was a phenomenal looking Nintendo 3DS game, it translated to bigger systems really well.
Who'd have thought we'd be stuck out here for so long?
I'm so because I've been playing a lot of Resident Evil 5 lately. I'm so used to holding A and pressing up on the left thumbstick to run, and that's not a thing here.
It crashed. There shouldn't be any shipping routes in this area.
Whatever.
And the intel we got on Veltro was on
I
the
think
money.
you shoot a lot of dogs here coming up, if I remember correctly. I should see if there's anything to scan out here. I like how it saved my scanner progress when I was playing as a different character last episode, but whatever. Ha ha ha. Whoops.
Jesus.
I'll never forget. Obviously, I played through this game on my 3DS. I think even my buddy and I, we both had 3DSs at the time. Original 3DS. And I just remember we played a little bit of the co-op mode, the raid mode, and that was fun. But I remember specifically being really excited when they were like, hey, Revelations is coming to Xbox 360 and PS3. And this was right before, this was like the May before the fall that the Xbox One and PS4 came out. So it was like at the tail end there. And I remember my buddy and I were like, sweet, we're going to pick it up and we're going to play co-op story. Because it'll have that, right? So the day the game comes out, we both sit down, install the game to our 360s, get in a party or whatever, sit down like, alright. Oh no. And we're like, alright man, let's I think there's a fingerprint. Yeah, there is. We're like, alright man, let's play co-op. No co-op. No co-op at all. And what's stupid is, so you would think like, fine, whatever, there's co-op in the raid mode. We played the raid mode. We had fun with the raid mode and all that shit. And that was fun. And you would think with Revelations 2 being, they put it out on console first, you know, as well. It wasn't like a 3DS thing or anything like that. You would think that time like, oh yeah, man, the game will have co-op. No, didn't have co-op either. And then what made it worse was,
Jessica, I need a hand.
they added co-op to the campaign, but I believe it is split screen only, which makes no sense whatsoever. I mean, obviously you can play raid mode online, but there's no split screen, or there's no co-op online for the campaign, but you can split screen the campaign. Like, huh? So I just never got why they did that, and they never went back and fixed that for these games, because that was something that I really enjoyed about these games. Obviously, co-op. Oh, this is weird looking morphed dogs. They're actually kind of creepy looking, honestly.
Careful, Jessica.
See, this is why I like Chihuahuas. Was the plane transporting these things?
Looks that way, doesn't it?
Then Veltro is back from the dead.
Yeah. We have to stop them before anyone gets hurt.
Oh, Chris. I remember there's a really shitty part coming up in this level where you like fall down a cliff and then your leg is like busted for a little bit and you have to sit there and shoot a bunch of wolves, and it sucks. I remember that specifically being bad. So that's gonna be fun. Boy, that distant shotgun not doing much there. I'm probably gonna get hit because I had to reload. I'm just gonna keep knifing you. That's right. That's right, bitch. Knife, knife, knife. Chris is gonna have to pick himself up. Nobody's gonna drop me anything? Oh, I should have scanned them. That's my own dumbass fault for not doing that. At least they're being smart here and they're giving us some ammo. Three rounds. 3 rounds for the shotgun. Cool, that's gonna get me real far. Get out of here. Don't jump over here. Actually, you know what? You know what? Yeah, cool. Awesome. But yeah, that scan technology in this game, like, it's really cool, but at the same time, the problem I had with it was it felt like it made the game too easy. I don't know why I had to tell me what a BOW decoy is. I already know what that is. Alright. So, see if I can scan the big guy. Oop. Oh shit. This guy just keeps getting up. This is ridiculous to me. Oh lord. Alright, we need to get back here. Even though I enjoy this game a lot, I don't think the controls are as tight as Resident Evil 5. Which people will argue, like, no, Resident Evil 5 is a bad game. Like, Resident Evil 5 is a great game. Great game. I used to joke with a coworker when I worked at GameStop. I would always say, like, Resident Evil 5 was a pinnacle of the 7th generation of consoles, and he would get really angry every time. Like, no, it's not. Like, it kind of is, man. Like, it's a really good game. Let's see.
So, Jill, was it?
Was what? Stay focused.
She was your partner before, right?
Yeah, my partner from before. What about it?
I was, you know, just asking.
This chick seems kind of threatened by Jill. Okay, good ammo. Oh, here it is.
Shit.
For all his muscles.
Chris, are you okay?
This part
Just my
sucks,
leg.
man.
I'm not going anywhere for a while.
I think you can throw these BOW things, but like this part sucks, man.
Hold on, I'll be right there.
Oh, I don't want them all by me. That was really that was really bad of me. Really, really bad of me.
Damn, there's too many of them.
Hang in there, Chris.
There was one thing I always wanted to do in the
My ammo's not gonna last.
raid mode that my buddy and I never did because it takes an absurd amount of time. But obviously, like when you play raid mode, like it's chunks of the single player campaign you just play as like a score based thing. And specifically, we wanted to play, the final one is just called the Ghost Ship, and you play through like the entire ship. And it just takes a long time to beat, so we never actually did it. I've always wanted to do that. I thought it seemed like a really fun thing to do. Oh, thanks. Are we good here? You gonna come help Chris up? You know, he's got a big boo-boo here. He needs help. Yeah, I'll tell you another thing that makes Resident Evil 5 a better game than Resident Evil 4. Wesker. Like, just Wesker's presence in Resident Evil 5 is... I don't understand why she stands over there and she should help Chris up. Like, whatever. I mean, logically speaking, she should be helping Chris up. But she stands over there. Like, she could have just helped me up, and then together we could have put those people down. But whatever.
Sorry to bring this up again, but
I think he's immediately recovered.
do you trust me as much as Jill?
Immediately.
There's no need to compare. I trust you both. Besides, trust is built through actions, not words.
That's so like you, Chris. It's always about the
That's
job,
so like you,
isn't it?
Chris. This chick wants to get into Chris's pants, if we're being honest. Everything's about the job, Chris. That part of that game sucks on a higher difficulty. I remember it being particularly challenging.
Look, is that the airstrip?
That's their hideout.
this is Forkball. Do you read?
Chris here. I read you, sir.
Chris here.
Are you all right? Where are you?
The interference here killed our signals. We're at Valkoinen Mock Airport.
Damn it. It's all a setup.
What do you mean?
I sent Jill and Parker to the Mediterranean on faulty intel, but now I've lost contact with them. I haven't heard from them since.
How? What's going on?
Chris, you better look at this.
Oh, is that on tonight?
It's impossible.
O'Brien, you're not gonna like this. We found the Veltro crest.
Then stories of their resurrection are true.
Like,
That's the case.
every season of
Then the setup
American
that got Jill and
American
Parker.
Horror Story,
It was
I
all-
always say to myself at the beginning,
almost
like,
guaranteed.
this is the season I'm not going to give a shit. I'm not going to watch it. Because it's crap every season, let's be honest. It's not a good show.
Make your way to the
And
Mediterranean.
every single time they get me, where it's like, this seems interesting. This season in particular, I'm
Any idea
interested
what's
in this
going
like
on?
clown cult thing. Like
We'll
that
sort it out
interests
later.
me.
We have to
I'm not interested about the election part of it because I think that's dumb. I think that's too on the nose, so to speak. But I'll probably I didn't realize it was on tonight, so I'll have to I'll probably watch that later and just see. I had promised a couple weeks ago that I was going to do a Let's Rant video about American Horror Story, and I might still do it because that freaking show, man, like, I just don't understand how anybody can be a fan of the genre of horror and sit and tell me that that's a good show. It's not. It just doesn't make sense. It's horribly written. Like, it's a bad show, man. Like, but I had forgotten that was on. I'm trying to think, like, most every season I start watching it, and then something happens that pisses me off, and I'm just done watching it for the season. I stuck through the first season, didn't care for it that much. The second season was the only one I actively thought was pretty
I don't
good.
know. A room, I think.
And then the
Somewhere on
only
the
other
ship.
season of that show I ever finished was Hotel, which wasn't
reach
great,
HQ?
but for some reason I finished it. Last year was the Roanoke one, which I thought was a really interesting idea, and I thought they squandered the premise really horribly. Really horribly. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. Coven I thought was bad. I watched about 6 episodes of that until I was like, this sucks. A Freak Show I only got about 2 episodes in. Really hated that one. Obviously there's Hotel and then Roanoke. Yeah, Roanoke, the most recent one, I watched like maybe the first half. I don't remember. I watched like half of it and then was just like, I just don't care. It's kind of like my feelings on The Strain. I was a huge fan of the TV show The Strain, and then there'll be four seasons of that show, I think, when it's all said and done. And they're on their 4th season right now. I don't even know if did it end? Like, I don't even know if it ended. I should look that up in a minute. I will. But I just don't really care anymore. Like, I don't know what it is. I just don't care. So I probably won't finish that either. Did I not pick up that screwdriver? I swear I did. Hold on. Was there nothing in That's weird. Oh, there it is. Okay. That's how they get you. Okay, I remember now. That's right. They had this like new evade thing. That didn't work very well there. How am I supposed to do that? Oh, I remember. You have to get it by the TV because you can put it through the TV or something. That's what it is. Come over here, Fag. Come over here. He's gonna kill me. Okay. I think you I have to get used to it again because it's a really shitty way. Come on. Maybe I'm doing this wrong? Like, I don't... Like, I know there's... Hold on. Options. Is there no way to look at... No. There, it should be in here. Evade. Pressing up or plus A with the right timing right before an enemy attacks will let you evade the attack. that totally did not work. That totally did not work. Like, how shitty is this? There we go. Even though Jill's pretty much almost dead, man. I remember that being shitty and then just not really using it at all. Oh, because there's something there. Okay. Probably because it has to be like that. There we go. Oh shit. Can't remember if they can go through the doors or not. Oh shit. I'm probably dead. Come on, evade. Evading is trash, this game. It really is. Let's see. Oh, you can view the basic, like, stupid. Stupid. Turn that thing on. Oh, it auto-saved right here? Oh, that's incredibly shitty. Don't... She's dead. This is bad. This is real bad. I screwed myself. I really screwed myself at this save. Oh, man. I might have to restart this episode of this game. Dumb of me. What's stupid is I got ammo right there. Oh, come on.
Jill, you can't fight without a weapon.
No shit.
Just do your best to dodge.
There we go. Alright, well that's good at least. That's okay, because we're leaving. What is the name of this ship? Queen Zenobia, I want to say? I don't remember. Queen Zenobia, I think. Oh, more ammo, but on my gun. It's amazing how much of this game I've forgotten. I haven't played... I think, I'm trying to think. Obviously I played through it at least twice on the 3DS when it first came out. Oh god. I played through it once on PC. I've played through it a couple times on 360. So this, you know, but again, the last time I played it, I think was the PC version. And that was a brief playthrough of the game, so I don't know if I ever finished that playthrough of the game, honestly, now that I think about it, but it's been a while, so it's probably been at least 2 or 3 years since I played this game, so I don't remember everything about it. Look at how I was going for this like dodge evade move, and then I just got owned up on it. Disappointing. I mean, it is an interesting design choice to not have your weapons at this point in the game. Brings back the horror, as kids say. Awesome. Maybe your stuff is down there. I can't remember.
I'm fine, but the ship's
Give me a
crawling
second
with
here.
BOWs.
Okay, we're going to need our weapons. I think I saw them on my way here, but I couldn't reach them. We should be okay as long as we work together. Wait, there are more creatures this way. I found this though. Think we can use it?
Yeah, it just might do the trick.
The weapons I found are just up ahead. Hurry. Jude, I found our weapons. They're in here.
I forgot customization was pretty cool. The thing that you could do in this game. Jill's Samurai Edge, which somehow doesn't do as much damage as the shitty gun that I started with. I guess we'll switch. And then shockingly, that didn't have any health, but that's okay because we can start killing now.
We got our equipment. Now what?
Now we contact HQ and tell them what the hell is going on.
We'll be able to do that from the bridge. Let's go. This is the room I was stuck in. By the way, what's the deal with that guy in the gas mask? What's his game?
Let's see here. That's all that's in here. There's nothing in the bath. Should check to see if there's anything in the bathroom. There is. Ha ha ha. What could it be though? Probably in the bathtub. That's weird. Now it clearly shows that there's something in here. Weird. Creepy. I guess not. Whatever. We'll keep moving. Aha. What we got? Just more handgun ammo. Oh, let's see here. Oh, that was dumb. I wasn't paying attention. I went back in the same stupid room here. Anything else hidden out here? Handgun ammo. There we go. Alright, now we're good. Now we're good to go. This gun's pretty powerful. Oh my gosh. I guess in a way it's a different way to have items to pick up, because obviously in normal Resident Evil games, when you shoot enemies and kill them, or at least in 4, 5, and 6, they drop items that you pick up, so it makes sense. It just makes you work for it a little harder, that's all. It's probably everything in this room. Watch out. Parker. I was gonna say, I shot that guy in the head, he should be dead. There's definitely an item hidden in this room, let's find it. And I really haven't been paying attention to the chat, I apologize. But to answer your question, no, I do not speak Japanese, I am sorry. I apologize. I just saw it. No, It's in here somewhere. I heard something. It's in the next room. Sure. Kick the door open. Cool. One game I've actually been wanting to play again, and I'm gonna do an episode of The Greatest Generation on it as well, but Dead Space, the original. I might do a live stream of that in October. That's a great game. Great game. There'll be something else hidden here, right? We desperately need ammo. There we go. They're pretty generous with ammo in this game, if we're being honest, though. Alright, let's head upstairs. Probably be streaming until this episode of this game is over. When this episode's over, we'll probably call it. I'll definitely probably stream some more of this game later this week, though. I'm actually having a lot of fun playing through it again. No. Oop, oop. Whatever, I'll take bullets all day, man. I don't know when the next live stream will be. Just keep a eye out on the channel. I'll set something up. I don't think it'll be tomorrow night, because I think tomorrow night I'm going to be diving into some Destiny 2, and I'm not streaming that, so. But I haven't decided yet. Oops. Maybe Thursday night? Maybe. I'm going to be busy this weekend, so I probably won't be doing any of that kind of stuff this weekend, but maybe Thursday night. Wow. That was dumb of me to stand there. I thought there was something in this bathroom that you could pick up. Maybe not. Heal, there it is. May have just wasted my bullets for no reason. It happens. Oh dear lord. Oh, that killed him. Okay. I didn't expect that to just immediately kill that guy, so that's good. This guy sucks at shooting his gun, if we're being honest. I want to see if he can kill this enemy. I'm not going to help him at all. We're just going to sit here and see if he can kill him. This ought to be good. I don't think he's going to do it. I don't think he's going to do it. That's weird. Maybe you have to do it with the attack. Because it totally doesn't work with pressing A. Maybe by A they mean attack and not the button A, and that's why I can pull that off. That's actually makes a lot of sense. I don't think there's anything in here. Well, thanks for joining me in the bathroom there, Parker. Oops. Been sporadically trying to check the chat here. Oh, that's right. Well, good news. We got some bullets. Bad news. We found a door that's locked. Actually, there's something in there. I remember there being something that, like, as I play this game, stuff comes back to me. So I remember there being something hidden in this room. Behind us? There's something in this room hidden? That seems kind of absurd.
I'm at the bridge.
That's cool.
We can't change our course. We're completely adrift.
This is recent. The perpetrator can't be far.
Don't tell me that was the tugboat.
Shit, we'll be stuck here. Dear.
I forgot about this guy.
Freeze! Drop the weapon!
Drop yours, Parker.
Who the hell are you?
Let's see, we'll save here and then this will be it for now. I hate hate that it doesn't tell me other than this like shit picture. Oh, I remember what the next episode is too. Fun times. Well, alright, that's going to be the end of today's stream. Like I said, later this week I will probably stream more Resident Evil Revelations again. I'm actually really enjoying playing this game again. I don't know when that'll be. Maybe possibly tomorrow. More likely it'll be Thursday, but just keep an eye on the channel here. I'll make a date when the next live stream is. It'll show up and say, hey, this is when I'm planning to, obviously. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm glad it seems like a couple people watched, so that's a good thing. So being I'm a new channel and I'm just starting this stuff out. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time.